Welcome back to Matt Talks Football. It's match day 33 in La Liga. The games are coming thick and fast. We just finished match day 32 last night, and we are starting match day 33 today. It is yet another, set of games, exciting set of games with the title charge still on, with the fight for Champions League football still on, with the fight for European football still on, and of course the relegation battle still going on. At the moment, you can say like Valladolid look like the favorite to go down, but apart from that, there are still 4 or 5 teams going at it for fighting it out to stay in the league. So let's go ahead and make our predictions for match day 33. The first game, it is Valencia versus Espanyol. It is 14th versus 15. Both of these teams are sort of looking to get away from that relegation scrap. They want to get as far away as possible. They are still in the mix. I personally, I don't think either of them are going to get relegated. But anything can change. There's just 5 games remaining, and the point gap is not that much. So they are still looking over their shoulders. I think it's going to be a very interesting game. Both of these teams are in a really good form as well. Both of them have won 3 out of their last 5 games, and as I said, it's going to be a very fun game coming into this game. This game could go either way, if I'm being very honest with you, and that is why I'm going to sit on the fence. I just don't see a winner out of this game. I am going for a 2-2 draw between Valencia and Espanyol. Up next, it's Barcelona versus Mallorca. It is first versus 7th. Barcelona are in an amazing form. They won last weekend as well. They're undefeated in their last 6 games, and they're leading the title charge with Real Madrid right on their tails. Mallorca, on the other hand, they're 7th in the table. At the moment, they are leading that, Conference League spot. Their latest run of form has not been that good. That is why their dreams of going into Europa League or Champions League have been diminished. Now their main goal would be to stay in that Conference League position and finish 7th in the table. I think it would be a fun game to watch, but I'll be very honest, I just don't see any other winner apart from Barcelona. I think they are going to get the job done. It's not going to be that easy because all of these teams are fighting for something. So Mallorca are going to make it really hard for them, but I think in the end, Barcelona are going to get over the line. I'm going for a 2-1 win for Barcelona. Up next, it's Celta Vigo versus Villarreal. It is 8th versus 5th. Another couple of teams who are fighting for those European places. Celta Vigo, they want to get into that Conference League spot. Villarreal, on the other hand, they are 5th in the moment, and they're fighting to stay in those in that Champions League spot. Real Betis are on the tail, on their tails, just 1 point behind Villarreal. Real Betis are. I think this game is going to be a very fun one. I have always said Celta Vigo have been one of my favorite sides this season, and almost all of their games have been entertaining. It doesn't matter which result which result is for them, whether they win, they lose, they draw, the game is always entertaining. And Villarreal are sort of that team as well. Like they like to play attacking football. They like to go out and they have fun. So I think we can expect a really good game out of this one. And just like that, it is one of those games where I really don't know which side to go for. This game could go anywhere. And if you look at their recent forms, both of them have been sort of inconsistent. They win the games, but they draw as well. Both of them have not lost that much. But I don't think we are going to get a winner here as well. I think it will be an entertaining game, and that is why I'm going for another 2-2 draw between Celta Vigo and Villarreal. Up next, it's Athletic Club versus Las Palmas. It is 3rd versus 17th. Now, Athletic Club's recent form has not been that good at 2 draws in their last 5 games, and they've been quite inconsistent. They are still, at the 4th in the table, and it feels like they are going to secure Champions League football, but they need to win games like this. They lost to Real Madrid at the very last moment over the weekend. They are playing against Las Palmas side, who themselves have, recently they have gotten out themselves of the bottom 3. Their last 2 games have been wins, so they have, they are trying to move away from that relegation zone. They are 1 point above from safety, so it's going to be a very tight game. But I think Athletic Club being the home side, and the difference in both of these teams is quite a lot, and I think they are going to get the job done. I think it will not be an easy win because of the form that Athletic Club are in, and that is why I'm going for a very hard 2-1 win for Athletic Club. Then we have Getafe versus Real Madrid. It is 12th versus 2nd. And Getafe, they are still in with a chance of trying, qualifying for that European Conference place. So they are fighting it, still fighting for that. But their recent form has not been that good. They have been quite inconsistent. 3 defeats out of the last 5 games. The other 2 have been wins, but as I said, they are really quite inconsistent. They are playing against a Real Madrid side who have won 4 out of their last 5 games. They are, trying to chase down Real Madrid, just 4 points, trying to chase down Barcelona, just 4 points away from the league leaders. And by the time this game becomes quite possibly they are going to be 7 points behind Barcelona. So the pressure is going to be on Real. Going away to Getafe, it's always tough. Getafe are very hard to break down, and Real Madrid are not in a really good form, to be very honest with you. This could turn out to be a very tough game for Real Madrid. But just because of how important this game is, and the fact that they need to win if they want to stay in the competition, I am just gonna side with them. I don't think it's going to be a good game of football. I think it's going to be a very boring game of football. In my opinion, Getafe are just gonna sit back, and Real Madrid are trying to, they're gonna try to break them down, and finally somehow they are gonna manage it. Are gonna be able to manage it. I'm going for a very hard, for very boring 1-0 win for Real Madrid. We then have Alaves versus Real Sociedad. It is 18th versus 9th. Alaves are in the bottom zone, in the bottom 3. They are in that relegation places, and they would want to get out of them as quickly as possible. Their recent form has not been that good, just one win in their last 5 games. So they are really struggling, if I'm being very honest with you. They are playing against a Real Sociedad side who are 9th in the table. They are fighting for those Conference League places. They are just 2 points away from that 7th place, but the form of Real Sociedad has not been that good. They have been quite inconsistent themselves as well. So I can see this, this could be one of those games where we have a shock result, where the underdog team gets a surprise win and sort of get out of that relegation zone, and they put misery and they dent hopes of Real Sociedad, Europeans' dreams of Real Sociedad. I'm going for a very surprising and shocking 2-1 win for Alaves. Moving on, it is Osasuna versus Sevilla. It is 11th versus 15th. Now, Osasuna are one of those teams who have had quite an interesting season, to be very honest with you. And I think their recent form has been really good. The last 2 games have been wins. The last 4 games they are undefeated, and they are playing against a Sevilla side who are in a really bad form. They finally stopped losing last over the weekend, but still they are in that 15th spot. And to be very honest, I still think they might end up in that relegation battle. I think it's going to be a very easy win, if I'm being very honest with you. I don't think they are going to put they're going to be that much trouble for Osasuna. I'm going for a very convincing 2-0 win for Osasuna. Then it's a massive game. It is Leganés versus Girona. It is 19th versus 16th. It is a 6-pointer. And both of these teams are in a really terrible form. Just 1 point out of possible 5 for both of these teams. Leganés, they have, they are in that 19th position. They are in that relegation zone. They are 5 points away from Girona, and they would want to get a win here and get themselves out of that relegation zone, and if not that, get Girona close to them. Girona, on the other hand, their last 4 games they've lost 4 in a row, and that is why they've been pushed down to this relegation battle. They have been really poor in the last 5 games as well, and I think unfortunately for them it is gonna continue. They would love to get a win and try to get away from this relegation battle, but I don't think that is gonna happen. I think Leganés, being the home side playing under lights, I think it is gonna favor them, and Girona with the form that they are, it's not like that Leganés are in a good form, but being the home side, I think they are gonna get some sort of advantage, and I think they are going to get it over the line. I am going for a very entertaining 3-2 win for Leganés. Then it's Atletico Madrid versus Rayo Vallecano. It is 3rd versus 10th. Atletico Madrid sort of seem to have, it feels like their title charge is, to be very honest, quite over. They're 10 points behind Barcelona with just 6 games to go. So it feels like it is going to be really hard for them to cover. So they have to make sure that they finish the season on a high, and they finish in those Champions League places. They are playing against a Vallecano side who themselves, they are fighting to get into those European places. They're just 3 points away from 7th place Mallorca, and they would want to get as close to them and as possible and put pressure on Mallorca. I think this game is going to be quite a good one. Both of their forms has been not that good. They've both been quite inconsistent, I think, and that is why this game is gonna go this road. I don't see a winner out of this game. I say quite an entertaining game, but I don't think we are gonna get a winner. I'm going for a 1-1 draw between Atletico Madrid and Rayo Vallecano. And we finish Matchday 33 with Real Betis versus Real Valladolid. It is 6th versus 28th. Now, Real Betis are currently in a really good form. I mean, out of those 3 teams who are fighting for that last Champions League places between Villarreal Athletic Club and Real Betis, Betis are the best team currently at the moment, and I think they have got an advantage on Matchday 33. They are playing against a Valladolid side who are all over the place. In my opinion, they are already relegated. I mean, they have not won for such a long time. They are currently 13 points away from 19th place Leganés. So this game could almost make it certain that they are going to get relegated, because I don't see them winning. I think Betis are going to get a win, and it's going to be huge 3 points for them, because they are going to get into those Champions League places after this win. I'm going for a very easy, very convincing 4-0 win for Real Betis. And that is it. These are my predictions for match day 33 of La Liga. We are getting closer and closer to the end of the season, so all of these predictions now are very, very important. And let me know what you guys think of my predictions. Whether do you agree with them, do you disagree with them? Let me know in the comment section below. I like the video, share it as well. Click on the notification bell, and of course subscribe to the channel. We are trying to get to 500 subscribers before the end of the season, so please go ahead and subscribe and help the channel out. Until next time, bye bye.